Okay, so I'm going to redo this section for making the wings on a larger, well, it'll be easier to see. And I'm running very low on paper, so I'm going to use one of my old, not that one of my old labs, so please just excuse the words on this page. Okay. Fortunately, I'm not taking this class anymore, so I don't need this paper. So you'll go ahead and make yourself a square. Or just use some pre-cut paper, that works too. Okay. So you'll want to fold this, if you're doing this yourself, assuming you weren't able to see what I was doing here and here on this wing. I actually made a little progress on that myself after I was done recording last night. So you'll fold the paper into eighths, both ways. That was not in half, oh my goodness. Alright, yeah. So I've got fourths here, and flip it over and do eighths. These are going to be, it's going to be a really big version of how to make wings with individual feathers. I'm going to fold it into quarters the other direction as well, just to be consistent with how I always do stuff. Okay, so we've got 8 this direction, alternating mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley all the way across, and then 4 this direction, so just mountain, 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 right? By the way, I'm counting the edges as mountain folds. I do that in my drawings as well. Okay, so we are going to do this pattern. This center line is going to be our hinge line. And right now, remember, I'm using solid lines are mountain folds and dotted lines are valley folds. So we've got a mountain fold here, we have a mountain fold on the edge. Mountain here. Mountain here, pretend these are straight lines. And mountain here. Oops. Don't draw on your desk, that's not good. Okay. Alright, moving on. So, this is your hinge line. Alright. That is this line right here from the previous video. If you haven't seen that, you can go back and watch it. Okay, now we are going to insert valley folds here in order to keep the paper in a 90-degree bend like this. Okay. So the way we do that is by making valley folds like this. I'm not going to draw them on right now. I'm going to fold them first just to make sure they're in the correct place. So we're making valley folds like this. Okay. And we're going to do that all the way across. So we already have one here from the making the square. That. Now, we can take this paper, put our bend in it, and oh, by the way, this is going to become a mountain fold. I'm not going to draw that on right now, because that's going to change in just a minute. Once we're going to double this section and leave this section the same. So this will be 16 units across, and this is going to remain 8. Alright. This is what we're doing. Right? Right, and all the way across. There we go. So now you should have something that looks like this. Right? I'll fold that a little bit so you can see. Like that. This side. Alright, now once those are in, we are going to unfold this. Like once those creases are in, they're set in the paper, we're going to make valley folds between each mountain and valley. So there will be a valley fold right there, one right there, all the way across. And you're not going to crease this all the way down the paper, you're just going to stop right there at this hinge line. Okay? You can do this, by the way, you can do this section before you put this bend in. I just want to show you step by step how this works. All right. Okay, so now we have valley folds like this. Okay. Hope you can see that. Yeah, we're good. Now, we are going to add mountain folds that originate where these new valley folds meet the hinge line, so there and there. We're going to make mountain folds that create a square like this. Okay. This center line is going to be omitted. There will be a valley fold through there and a mountain fold right here. That will be the same for each section. Okay, so valley fold through the center and mountain fold here, and then ignore that center line. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put those creases in. I need a guiding line, so that's why I did that. Alright, so once you have those creases in, you can actually go ahead and do this process without making those creases first. It's just, for your first time around, it's much easier if you make those first. So, what we'll do, we're going to go back and repeat this process. So we're just collapsing on the creases that we made earlier. This. Now we are going to make each one of these current valley folds are going to become mountain folds. So I'll go ahead and draw those in now. Look at those straight lines. Okay. So each one of these valley folds is now going to become a mountain fold. So we make that a mountain. And then we put in those valley folds that we made earlier that divide this section into 16. Alright, here's what happens. This is one side here. I'm gonna hold it like this. This is the side we're dividing into more sections. Okay. So now we have like this. We're going to do that same thing all the way across. Doesn't have to be exact because we're making feathers and feathers are never perfectly even. However, it is nice to have stuff as even as you can get it. So now we can see how this section is half the width of this section. So this is going to form the feathers, and this will be the, not the feathers. Okay, now to actually make this into feathers, what we're going to do is like this. We're going to fold one layer down, like that. Now we're going to fold this layer, this is a mountain fold here, we're going to fold it to the valley fold, like that. Okay. Now we're going